Holy cow. Okay, we got very lucky that we had already explored such a majority of the floor before running into that nonsense. Also, run away. Any good hallways? Ah, I do. Come, my friends. Follow me. Don't get lost along the way. Okay, we lost most of you. Now it's just so silly that I went all this way, because 1v1 we should have just been able to fight you wherever. Making me look bad in front of my friends. Ugly things. Not very cool of you, you know? But there we go. Managed to take out the pack here. They do travel in herds and all that good stuff. Let's keep it moving. Ugly things inside and out. I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly it. Just horrifying beings. Which I was not very careful with my pronunciation, so it sounds like I'm talking about the legume. Bunch of terrifying beings, you know? Let's see. This trove requires the slimy rune of Zot to function. Oh, right. For a second there, I was like, oh, so we have to give away a rune. But I think I have seen one of these treasure troves before. And with the rune requirements, you just have to show it. You don't have to give it, I believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But that is going to be... yeah, slime. Yeah, you just show it? Okay, we might have to clear out slime this run then, just to take advantage of that. I've heard stories, myths and legends about people getting backstabs off on the royal jelly. Sure would be nice if we could do it in person here today, eh? I have to see what the run holds. I think it's like vaults and Zot. Perfect. Yeah, I've only gone that once before in all my time of playing. And I do remember, I think I even got an extra rune on that run, thinking that it was necessary. Not at all in the end, but it worked out. Oh geez. Let myself get way too hurt. Oh gosh. Scratch that. Almost dead is the thing. Can potentially scare you buddies off. Oh geez, how quickly the mighty have fallen. Definitely blink me out. Potentially blink again. I mean, these buddies are rage, so they're gonna be fast. We can just cause them to lose our scent. We can get out of there. Yeah, way closer than I'd like, for sure. Oh geez Louise. So we could blink again. Alternatively, we could try and heal up enough to make this manageable. We do also have Box of Beasts to keep them busy. I mean, no ranged units here at least. You might be able to take 2 steps towards me. And stab. Unfortunately, Spriggans are fast, and this one's also berserked. So it might be able to actually take 2 steps towards me and attack all in one turn, is my deep dark concern at this very moment. Smart thing is probably just to blink once more. Pay some form of penitence for my irresponsible behavior. See, and this wasn't even overconfidence. This was just overconfidence. That's no good whatsoever. This is not a hilarious way to die. And so we can't die here, Stabold. You and I, we're making it through this together. Together. Let's blink out one more time. And unfortunately, they do still see us. Quick curing to get rid of the poison, bring us up slightly higher. 27 damage plus your War Axe. And your Berserks, you're hitting harder than that. Should be able to heal out of it. No, not so much. I mean, we did heal a little bit, so that's something. They're just so dang fast. Now there are 2 of them attacking me because of the spear user. What can we do with our lives? Yes, a quick check. One thing I wasn't looking at, 21% chance to hit us, 22%. So we have been getting fairly unlucky. losing a bunch of 1 and 5s in a row, unfortunately. I probably do have to use my last blinking. The smarter thing to do probably would have been to double blink and then haste. And then I actually could have high stepped out of it a little bit better. +2 Spear of Venom on this son of a gun. Oh, that's where all the venom came from. That's why we were so horribly poisoned before. That makes sense. Fortunately, we don't have any good ways of just shoving enemies off from us. And this is where the Night Stalker aspect of the Kobold is a bit of a two-edged sword, because it's awesome for getting close and stabbing things. There's a lot fewer opportunities for them to wake up on your journey. But blink scrolls definitely lose a lot of their effectiveness when you can only blink 4 spaces because of just how fast the Berserker is. Doesn't quite give us the time required to get the heck out of here like I would so love to do. So I think we blink. I'm actually going to read a summoning scroll. Just fill the spaces. As many critters as we can. Drink an ambrosia in the back line. Will they do some fighting for us? In fact, if they could just finish the job. Okay, that works for me. That's lovely. And okay, we're out of that in one piece, spending 3 blinks to do so. So that's definitely a bit of an oof. Whoops. Let's not do that again, mostly because we can't afford to do that again, but also just for the sake of my own embarrassment here. And see if we can't move forward, being slightly more careful with our movements, motions, and actions here. Oh, dang it, I really wanted to backstab the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's going to be really hard to kill. With 4 AC and just our little baby dagger. So let's box of beasts. Maybe we can get some backstabs in here as well. The fortunate part is that they only have a 35% chance to hit us. And they attack way less often than a lot of other monsters that we fight up against. So, good math there. In fact, that does work out with our beast distracting the giant a little bit. I save a little cost with the blink scrolls. Unfortunately, so very, very costly. And holy crap, first gold dragon we found drops gold dragon scales. Well, I'm definitely happy about that. Encumbrance rating is really high, and we have very low strength. So wearing these is potentially a bit too heavy for us. But it might be nice for the future, just for the resistances across the board as well as the extra AC. Because fully enchanted, this is going to give us 15, right? Yeah, plus 15 to our current armor class. Just for funsies. Let's maybe take this somewhere slightly safer. Let's see, we go from 35 evasion to 6. So there you see it. Definitely is a little bit heavy for our poor little buddy here. It's also pretty late to start porting any points over to strength. So unfortunately, Gold Dragon Scales, as much as I love finding it instantaneously on our first Gold Dragon kill, not likely to be as usable as I was expecting. Kind of forgot exactly how heavy that armor is. Got stabs on half of them. I guess that's all we can really ask for these days. Got very excited. As soon as the combo kills start, I start bouncing along here. Just, more? Please? Please. Just one last hit. Beautiful. Well. This is looking pretty solid for the rest of the floor here. Nothing quite as scary as what we ran into before. Even getting stabs on these silly Spriggans just wandering about like fools. Don't embarrass yourself, mans. And holding down tab a little too prodigiously there. Let's back this one up a step. Take you out first. Unfortunately, too much cold damage here is not our forte. Should have even potentially switched over to our vampiric weapon at some point in the fight here, just to try and regain some of the health that we're losing. In fact, guess it's not too late to do so. Can see how this goes. I mean, we are gaining health at the moment here, so that's pretty huge, and there it all goes. Just takes one failed dodge to immediately backtrack. But hey, as long as we're kind of holding this stasis pattern, I'm feeling alright. You have a vampiric longsword, so that's actually going to be a pain in the rear for sure. In that case, Spark Wasp is immune to electricity, so you don't have to worry about them taking damage. We can instead just blast these draconians out of existence. Or you're also immune to electricity. Never mind, ignore me. I'm just kind of dumb sometimes. We can instead use the hallway as a sneaky little trip back to our stairs. Feeling much safer, much better. And there we go, now I can tab again. Well, beautiful. Not at all worrisome or panic-inducing. Honestly, just easy. Too easy, even. And let's take these buddies out. Finally, the cold brand on our quick blade doing some method of work there. Fortunately, not too interested in that pile of stuff. Now our cold brand will do absolutely nothing for us. Oh my, how the turns table. And geez Louise, this is a closer fight than I wanted it to be. There we go. Just absolutely no good for the most part here. Let's run away. I mean, we did all right. Oh, I was about to say we did all right against the last gold dragon, but we also definitely had backstab do all the hard work for us, so that just kind of makes sense, don't it? Who knows how the next gold dragon will go. We will have to make sure we switch over to poison resistance. In fact, did we see any more cold enemies? Not at first blush. So let's swap over for now. Okay, please, just one of you. If I could just get one of y'all. Perfect. Thank you. If you could come right this way, I have something very cool to show you. Very neat surprise gift. And there comes the poison. So I'm glad that we ended up making the swap when we did. Definitely do not love fighting up against ice buddies. Can't use our quick blade. I guess we probably should just use the quick blade anyway. We don't get the elemental damage, but we still get a decent amount of overall damage output. Holy. And again, even just one attack hitting us absolutely shatters any and all confidence I had up until that moment. Because we were sitting pretty there, but one Arbalest strike, even a yak, can absolutely ruin our day. Be nice if we could just do that more often. Okay, everyone's still hanging out in here. Get a partial backstab against the dragon at least, so that's something. If you could walk this way, I would very much prefer to fight you all 1v1. Beautiful. And that's much more manageable. So much better. Of course. And there are more. Hello, Star Polemic, how's it going? It's always nice to have you around. Hope your day's been going well so far. Welcome, welcome. Oh gosh. More of you than I thought. Excuse me, pardon me. Don't mind me. This isn't where I parked my car. And get out of there. Perfect. Always works. Good, are you gonna rebrand the quick blade? As soon as we can, friend. As soon as we can. Fortunately, used our only brand weapon scroll on this son of a gun. Also, okay, yeah, there we go. I was just thinking to myself, white draconians must not be slowed, right? Even though most reptilians are, you'd have to imagine that they're immune to cold. And some mysteries are the straightforward answer. Sometimes it is just Occam's razor after all. No idea if I used that idiom correctly. I mix up so many of my my idioms or references with each other. Everything just gets crossed wires, and I all of a sudden have no idea whether what I'm saying is correctly. The biggest one I was actually thinking about the other day, and it's that I always want to say Ship of Theseus about a different phenomenon, because Ship of Theseus is where you switch out all the constituent parts of something until it has none of the original left, but it's still labeled as the same. So like, is it still the Ship of Theseus, or is it something new? But for whatever reason, whenever I try and think of the name for the idea that if you have a bucket of water, or a glass of water, let's say, and you're drinking it, and every time it gets down to a decently low amount, you just refill it back up to the top. And then after doing that dozens of times, you technically still have water mixed in there from the very first glass. Can never remember the name of that, but for whatever reason my brain is like, oh, that's definitely Theseus's ship you're thinking of. Oh, 100%. I'm a genius. And of course, once you start thinking actively about one thing, it immediately vacates all other guesses that you might have otherwise potentially had. So, real swell of you, brain, to do that to me. Okie dokie, we managed to clear out that sketchy little entrance into Zot. Surprising even myself, because it looked like an absolute nightmare for the majority of it. And now, we have to decide what we wish to do the rest of our time here. We could go through clearing out places like vaults, potentially even finding crypt and going through all of that for some more experience here or there. I guess the main question is, do I feel ready to take on any of the third rune spots? Abyss is actually not too horrible for us. Playing a sneaky character in Abyss is actually pretty nice, because ideally you can just avoid fighting most things. And much like we've seen previously here and talked about, if we can just run away for long enough through weaving corridors of ever-shifting maze of the Abyss, enemies are likely just to forget we even exist. The old, it must have been the wind routine. Add on to that, of course, that we have the Night Stalker effect from being a kobold, and we don't have very long sight lines. Could be kind of nice. The only issue is that fighting into the Abyss rune vault might be a nightmare. And we do need that slimy rune. Get some sweet, sweet treasure. Well, I guess for the time being, we can find our corrosion. We can go pick up the armor that will probably be taking us through slime if we do end up going that way. So yeah, this is better than the Enchantress's Fairy Dragon Scales. Oh wow, and it's right here. Would you look at that? Well, we'll pick that up now. And we could even just take a peek into slime. See how things are looking, how quickly we can find all the stairs down. Ideally, we can just sneak attack everything so that we don't make ridiculous amounts of noise on our journey. It would be nice. So let's swap over. We lose some evasion. Apparently I just cannot drink and speak today. Should give myself time between those activities instead of just damaging my throat to ridiculous extremes. But that's all we're losing is the dexterity. There we go. Brain eventually got there. Ooh, no stairs in sight, hey? I guess that's a bit of an interesting statement to make on a kobold, because it's not like we're looking very far yet. But okay, stab ya. Stab ya. Oh, maybe a triple. And again, please. Oh, crap. Okay, maybe we can still get a couple. Nope. No, I regret all of life's decisions. What have I done? What have I done? Oh dear Lord, get me out of here. I mean, hey, if everyone wants to just take a step back and let me escape naturally, don't mind me whatsoever. But we're definitely going to have to be separating this group a little bit. Don't quite feel comfortable facing off against an absolute horde of slimes. A deluge of ooze, as it were. Were you not listening to me, game? This is what I don't want. No, bad game. Let's take you all on just a little bit of a walk to our lovely little corridor here. You'll absolutely love it, I promise. And beautiful. What is this one? 110. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Right, I have no blink scrolls. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, sometimes we regret our decisions immediately. Well, in that case... yeah, mistakes have definitely been made. So, 16% chance to hit me. We can maybe get through the Titanic slime, at least long enough for it to split. Main issue is if we take one hit, and it brings us to almost dead just as we kill the Titanic slime, this is going to be absolutely no good whatsoever. So I think we need to go for one fell swoop here. Ooh, maybe we actually bring in a friend that immediately dies, but hey, that's what friends are for, taking the hit for us. Our lovely little bat sting just said, "Stabbled, get down!" and took the hit. Dig and run. Ooh, see, that's way smarter than my current brain was capable of coming up with. Of course, as soon as we opened the hole, which I'll let you know was in the wrong direction because we would have taken a hit from the Titanic slime just to run away. Sometimes my brilliance astounds even myself. But it all worked out in the end. Thankfully, the Azure slime got a little bit overzealous, a little bit bold in their positioning. Definitely take advantage of that. Let's finish carving our path down, shall we? Maybe this way. Trying to stay as close to the stairs as we can. Beautiful. Probably should kill you. I was so tempted to just try and leave all these buddies to their own devices here while we continued on without them, but that is very dangerous. In fact, all Quicksilver slimes are too fast. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Fortunately, we're not spellcasters this time around. Unfortunately, we do resort to our spiritual guardian necklace to absorb some of our damage. So them taking away our magic points will potentially give some bad returns in that department. But we'll take some of you upstairs. Get some slice and dice going. So close. Just take me away. Beautiful. And I mean, there was never really a doubt in my mind, of course. I knew we had this under control. Not even worried is the thing. Crap. As our corrosion continues to get worse. 2 damage, eh? Almost exactly lethal. Well, could use, I guess, even a curing potion. Have a decent number of those, puts us over. So even with an absolute garbage AC roll, we're still surviving at the very least. Then we can try blasting you, because that doesn't rely on our enchantment score. Kind of wanted to save this last one. Oh, so we should have used probably some Ice Blast. We have so many Ice Blast charges. Beautiful. Not a doubt in my mind. Totally under control. No panic here or nothing. It's always been a while since we checked out our skills. Holy crap, shield has just been chugging along in the background here. I guess it was the only thing on for a bit. Whoops. Should have probably started training like a bit more evocations in the back end. What else? What else? We might not be making the transition over to long blades. The quick blade is doing pretty well for us. And anything kind of bigger and scarier we can take out using some of our other methods, such as throwing an end of vocations. So both of these are going to get turned back on for a little bit. Throwing is nice because we have silver boomerangs, potentially might help us out even against orbs of fire and stuff in the later part of the game, if necessary. And see, no problem whatsoever when you're on their own. Why was I so scared earlier? Besides being so close to death. Okay, friend, please just come back to me now. I don't want to chase you down. Oh my gosh, okay, never mind. We're leaving you alone. just moving on with life, I guess. Let's see, beautiful positioning there. Love it when the slimes are perfectly choreographed and organized to let me just rampage through their ranks. Don't mind me, pardon me. Perfect. And Slime Pits 5, here we are. Okay, so that actually went fairly well despite my doing my darndest to get ourselves killed. We only have 3 silence rolls. You can do some funky things with silence with a stabber run because, hey, no noise is traveling out. So that way you fighting on your way to get to something like the royal jelly could potentially be squashed. Unfortunately, I think the risks outweigh the advantages in a lot of ways, a lot of departments. Let's do our usual. We'll magic map, block out our entrances, and hope that the rest of the floor isn't too chaotic here. Hello, friends. Don't mind me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay. Oh, I'm confused. Right. That's what they do. That's the whole thing with these golden eyes. Foolish old me. There we go. Still no problems whatsoever here. Not quite getting to be the backstab god that I was hoping, but in the long run, still totally a-okay. Oh geez, all these slimy buddies cause way too much noise even when you just kill them. That's what definitely procced my thoughts and interests on the silent scroll, because unfortunately, even if the entire center vault is asleep, it's unlikely that we can get through it without causing a bit of a ruckus. I mean, backstabs, I believe, are quieter than combat, even with slime enemies, but not exactly what we're looking for, regardless. Oh, let's take you on a little bit of a jaunt. In fact, crud, you woke up the acid friend. Why did you do this? Please don't corrode me. Okay, just -4. That's not too bad. And corrosion is just a beast of a player killer here. We're back with it. We're hip. We're cool. How do we do against a rock slime? I was guessing not very well. And of course, an Azure slime had to come up from behind and ruin my scientific experiments. Yeah, you hit like a truck when you do hit. About a third of a chance, 29, to hit us. Yeah, it's that AC score that absolutely does a number on our little toothpick. Little sharpened toothpick that we use here. But there we go. That should be pretty much all of our slime well and cleared. Looking great. We didn't manage to wake up the royal jelly this time around too, so that's a little bit of a blessing in disguise for sure. Question becomes, next here, how do we wish to deal with the royal jelly? So we could try and use a mixture of like immolation, AoE damage, condenser vein, what have you. It's a little bit nerfed by the Nightstaker, no, definitely wrong. Not Stalker, also definitely wrong. The Night Stalker attribute here, because we don't have quite as much of a range to try and apply all that damage nice and early. We're almost guaranteed to be completely enveloped by the slime army here. And so, to that end, is there anything we can do to avoid that? I mean, oh, we don't even have our immolation scrolls on us. What are we doing? Do you have a few lying around the dungeon that we've left behind? Ideally, we just get in and stab, right? That's the dream. That would be nice. West entrance would be your choke point of choice for the royal jelly. For the entrance itself, just because you actually have a choke here. Definitely if we want to fight them the old-fashioned way. Which, I mean, I guess it has been a while since I did so, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We do have good, or at least decent 1v1 potential here, and it takes away the majority of the spawns that come in. Just stab seems like a great plan. Yeah, what am I doing? Why am I even thinking about this? Just stab forehead. But, you know, for fun, and, you know, just because wouldn't it be cool, I'm gonna go grab these immolation scrolls. It's not as a just in case. Like, there's no chance it's gonna be an issue or anything. Nothing like that. Keeping the royal jelly on the outside and yourself on the inside, but it takes some maneuvering. No, yeah, and as mentioned by Egley here, it's not even going to be a concern because we're just gonna stab them. Why even bother with all these fancy tricks and silliness? It's just that easy. Okay, we have no blinking scrolls, but we have a lot of teleport. So we can get out of there when things start to get a little bit scary.